Be sure to stay tuned until the end of the video. I'm going to give you 4 key steps to how to bring this one to life. So for those of you who haven't seen me before, I'm Coach Jen, bringing you 47 of my biggest life lessons leading up to my 47th birthday. And today we're on day 8. Guys, I can tell you this lesson has been another big one for me in life, both from a growth perspective, but also from silencing and slowing down that internal nerve and anxiousness that shows up. And another that I wish I would have known way sooner than what I did. And it is the conversation around values and what your value systems are. The fact of the matter is when we want to be living one way, but we're doing things that are out of alignment from where we want to be living, it can cause us a lot of internal and external discord, both from how we're being at work, how we're being with our kids, our partner, or even ourselves. And there's some easy steps that you can take to start getting this in alignment. Step 1, as promised, step 1, find a list online. Go online, Dr. Google, and type in value list. A couple great resources. Brene Brown has a good value list, and James Cleary has a good value list. There's plenty of others out there. Pick whichever one lands best for you. Step 2, what I would recommend doing is on that value list, highlight all of the values that you want to live by in life. Those could be values you are currently living by. They could also be values that you want to live by, but you know you're not right now. We'll come back to that piece. That's the next step. So step 3 is I want you to write next to, on the right-hand side, write yes or no. And here's the question to that yes or no. Am I currently living into this value? If you're not currently living in this value, mark no. And maybe for you, maybe it's, oh, I'm living into this value at work, but I'm not really living this value at home. In that situation, I would still mark no, because essentially you're not in all of you living into that value. Step 2, on the other side, whichever way you decide to go, really doesn't matter. I want you to distinguish, is it a negotiable value for you or is it a non-negotiable value for you? Now, let me give you the distinction. If you're going to say, Jen, this is a non-negotiable value, it's a no pass. If I can't adhere to this value, that's not okay with me. Put non-negotiable next to it. If it's negotiable, if you say, well, this value is extremely important to me, but I have some leeway if I have to do work or things that don't necessarily fall in that value. So recapping, you have a highlight of all the values you want. You have yes or no if you're currently living them or if you're not currently living them. And you have your non-negotiable versus your negotiable. Now, here's the sweet spot. From that, circle the ones that you have highlighted and mark no, and they're non-negotiable. It's been my experience that most people I work with have between 4 and 8 that fall within this range. And you guys, I generally find that those 4 to 8 that you have that meet that criteria are usually the one that are causing you the most amount of angst or stress or nerves in your life. Start with those. I would actually, from those ones that match that criteria, I would say, which one do I want to start with? Which one is causing me the most angst? And start with that one. And you can simply ask a few follow-up questions to say, what's causing me to not live in this value? And what do I have to change in order to get living in this value system of this value? So it's all about values. When you find that sweet spot that you know what your values are and you're building the life to support you being able to carry through those values, it can help reduce so much angst in life. Give it a try for yourself. And as always, I'd love to hear your comments or feedback below. See you tomorrow, guys.